Hello everyone, today I'm here to bring you my July wrap-up and my August to be read. So this will be a long video, so let's get right to it. In July, I read, get ready for this, get ready. I have read 12 books. I'm gonna clap for myself because that's amazing. I haven't had that good of a reading month literally all year, like literally all year. It seems to be that July somehow is the best reading month forever for me. I don't know what it is. July, I love you. Maybe it's because it's so hot outside, I can't even fathom going outside. So I'm like, I'm just gonna read. The first book I read, I actually don't have right now. I'm lending out to a friend, and that is Landline by Rainbow Rowell. This is my fourth Rainbow Rowell book, and this is her second adult one. If you guys didn't already know, it's like about a marriage and how it's kind of falling apart and stuff like that. Anyway, I love this Rainbow Rowell book. Rainbow Rowell has not disappointed me yet with book. I think this is her fourth book I've read and that she's released, and this is the fourth 5 out of 5 I'm giving it. So I love this book. I thought the marriage was amazingly written. Like, Rainbow Rowell somehow like can write and just sucks you in, and she will not let go until you're done with that book. So I do have a review video on it, which you can check right here. I'm not going to talk too much about it because the review is long and you can check it out there, but I will say I love this book. 5 out of 5 for sure. The next book I read is A Little Something Different by Sandy Hall. This should be coming out at the end of August. This is a really cutesy contemporary novel about two people that are supposed to be together, but they don't know it yet. And there's so many different point of views in this book, but it's coincidentally enough none from the two people that need to be together. It was a cute book. It was definitely a fast read. I'd say definitely read this because you can finish it within a day. It wasn't like super amazing. It wasn't the best contemporary I've read, but it was cute. This is in my contemporary review mashup. You should check that out. The video will be on the book, so click on it. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good, I'd say. Definitely a cutesy one. Colleen said she wanted to say hi. She wanted to say hi, didn't you, Colleen? Say hi. I just want to hug you. This is my little pup. She's not little. She's like a huge dog, but she thinks she's a lap dog. Sorry about that. The next book I read was actually a library book, and that is The Best of Us by Sarah Pekkanen. This is my first Sarah Pekkanen novel. It's an adult novel about four couples, I believe, married couples that go on this vacation to this exotic island and stuff like that. It's all about their marriages and the trials and stuff. I went into this liking it a lot and walked out of it really disliking it for a lot of different reasons. And somehow it seems that whenever I read a book that there is marriage involved in it, something like I'm not spoiling anything. I'm not telling you who, but some point somebody cheats or something like that, and I just can't fathom that. I'm not a fan of that, and I'm like, and somehow in the books it all turns out like, okay, fine and dandy. I'm like, what? That's just me. That's my personal preference. So don't, do things stuff like that. So that's one reason I didn't like that book, and the whole like just some of the way the characters acted, and they were supposed to be adults and they weren't acting like adults. I was just like, oh, what the heck? Like, get your junk together. But yeah, it was a well-written book, I will say. I definitely want to read more of this author's writing because I've heard good things about her other books. But I give this one a 3 out of 5 because there were just so many quirks in it that I did not like at all. The next book I read is Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. I was sent this to review by the lovely Penguin. If you guys didn't know, this is the third and final book in the Anna and the French Kiss series, which if you haven't read, you need to because it's the most cutesy, lovey, mushy-gushy story there is around. And Isla doesn't disappoint at all. I loved Isla. It was amazing. I thought it was it's hard to say which one's my favorite. I think Anna's always going to be my favorite just because, I don't know, I like the characters. I like the characters and I don't know, I just connect with them, I guess. I don't know, but this Isla was amazing. 5 out of 5 for sure. Stay tuned for review, in the next coming weeks. Next book is actually I got from my library, and it is an audiobook, and that is 20s Girl by Sophie Kinsella. I actually have a review on this. It's the contemporary mashup review with 2 other books. If you guys didn't already know, Sophie Kinsella is an adult author. She's an adult chick lit author, and if you didn't already know, I adore Sophie Kinsella. She is my favorite adult author, like adult chick lit author. Like, I love this one. This one was all about a girl named Laura who things aren't going so well for her. Her boyfriend dumped her and her business isn't going great, and then her great aunt dies, but she's not really close to her great aunt, but then she sees her great aunt's ghost, and her great aunt was like 100, but her ghost is actually like in her 20s, and coincidentally enough, when she was in her 20s, it was the 20s, and it's all about family and stuff like that. It was a really, really good audiobook. I will say if you're if you're interested in Sophie Kinsella, I would highly recommend listening to them, because there's something about listening to them for me. I'll say the ghost Sadie got kind of shrill at times. Like there was points where the narrator was literally like yelling like, God, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank gosh I'm alone in my car right now, because people would think I'm like fighting myself at home. But other than that, I really liked this book. It wasn't my favorite Sophie Kinsella book, but I definitely really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. This book I read is also a library book, and it's actually a graphic novel, and that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novel. I forgot all about Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novels until the Booktubeathon came up, luckily. And I read it and I liked it. I wouldn't say it was super, super amazing. I did feel confused at times, like it would just jump ship all the time, like to a different scene and stuff like that. And I was like, wait, I don't understand what's going on. But I will love it because it is Buffy, because I love Buffy. Anything with Buffy, Xander, or Willow, sign me up. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't super duper amazing, but I'm glad I read it. I do plan on reading the entire Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novel series. The next book I read was Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. Sorry if it's blown out. I already have a review on this, so you can click the book to go see it. This is an adult mystery book, and I loved this one. It was so, so good. If you're looking for a mystery book, or even just dipping your toe in the mystery waters, such as myself, this is a definite, it's a really, really good book. It's all about a daughter that dies, and it takes place in the 1970s. It's about a mixed Chinese-American family, and it's all about the death of their daughter, yes, but it's all about like the circumstances leading up to it. Like you see the parents get together, you see the parents even before they were together, like how they were brought up, and all these decisions and stuff like that that lead up to this girl's death, and even afterwards. This was a phenomenal book. I gave it a 5 out of 5. Check out my review because if you want to know more about it, because it was awesome. Next book I read is Breathe, Annie, Breathe, and this is actually a part of the contemporary mashup review. I'm doing really good with reviewing books lately. I'm doing good on that. But like I said, this is part of a review, so you can click on it. And that, by the way, if you're interested in any of those books I said were part of the mashup review, all those are spoiler free, so you can watch the whole video and not get spoiled on anything. This is about a girl named Annie who is training for a marathon in honor of her deceased ex-boyfriend, because he was training for a marathon. It's all about stuff like that and coming to terms with death and training for a marathon. I love the running aspect of this, so I definitely really like this one. This is my favorite Miranda Kelleny book I've read, and it is part of a series, but it's not essential that you read all of them in order or all of them all together. I've only read books 2 and 3, but this has been my favorite one so far. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The next book I read is another graphic novel, and it's at the library, and that is Anya's Ghost by Vera Sorry about that. I don't know. I picked this up because I've heard amazing things about this graphic novel, and I liked it. I will say the imagery and like the drawings were beautiful, and I loved it for that. But I didn't really like the main character that much. She was kind of bratty. Granted, she was really young and stuff like that, but I don't feel like she learned too much in the whole graphic novel. Like by the end of it, I felt like she had grown a little bit, but still not like to the point where I was like, yes. But it was really, really cute. I think it's definitely worth your time to read. Like, graphic novels, the one good thing about them is you can read it like within a couple hours and you'll be done. So it was really cute for that, but I like the drawings. I didn't like love the story that much. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. And the last 3 books I read were part of the Summer of Spells, and if you guys don't know what that is already, that is the Harry Potter read-along that me and a lot of friends are hosting for June, July, and August. So it's pretty much you could read Harry Potter for the first time or reread it and stuff like that. So I reread, rather, I should say, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which if you didn't already know, that was books 2, 3, and 4. So I reread those, and I'm proud that I reread those because the first 2 books are relatively short, and then you get to this whopper of a freaking 4th one. You're like, oh my gosh. So I read them all. I loved them all. Obviously, 5 out of 5 for all of them because it's Harry Potter and it will do no wrong in my world. So that was all the books I read for July. A phenomenal reading month. So I hope August is similar to July for me. I really, really do. The first 3 books I plan to read are for the Summer of Spells, like I said. So you guys should join along if you're interested in reading Harry Potter or rereading it. So I plan on reading, and I've already started actually, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, which is the 5th, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, which is the 6th, and then Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is the 7th. Now, I don't know if I'm able to do all these. And then because these are like the biggest, like the 5th one is like massive. Like it's almost 900 pages. It's a huge book. And I'm already about 400 pages into it. So I know I can finish this one. But then I'm like, these two are also quite massive. Like they're not as massive, but well, this one's pretty much almost 700 pages. And this one is almost 800 pages. So, you know, holy crap, these are going to take a long time. But I say that and then I start Harry Potter and then I finish it within like 3 days because I just fall in love and immerse myself back into the world and I'm just as happy as can be. But yeah, if you guys are interested in enjoying summer spells, I will leave the link down to our Goodreads page below, as well as a different playlist of all our videos. So definitely check that out because Harry Potter is so much fun and you just gotta join in. You got to. Gotta do it. Next book I plan to read is actually a graphic novel. I'm getting pretty good with that. And that is This One Summer by Gillian and Mark. Oh my gosh, I don't know your name. I don't want to try to pronounce your last name. I'm sorry. Whenever I talked about graphic novels, this one was talked about the most. Like everyone was like, this one summer, get this one summer, get it. And I think this is all about a summer or something, obviously, and about 2 people that fall in love. I've heard really, really good things about it, so I'm excited to read it. I got it from the library, so yay. The next book I plan to read is part of the Chicklets book club. If you guys didn't already know, I'm part of that. So pretty much every month we put a poll up on Goodreads. Each of us will pick a book and everyone will vote, or you guys will vote for which one you want. And this month's pick is The Rosie Project by, Grammy Simpson. Anyway, this is an adult chicklet novel, if I'm not mistaken. This is all about a guy named Don Tillman who is a professor, and he's very, very smart, obviously, because he's a professor, but he's almost pushing 40, I believe, and he still hasn't found his wife yet. So he decides to come up with this thing called the Wife Project, and he's like making this whole like data sheet and stuff like that, like particular things, you know, fulfillments to be his wife and stuff like that. So, and then he meets a girl named Rosie, and Rosie is definitely not a candidate for the Wife Project at all because she is definitely erratic and crazy and different than him, but he decides to help her find her biological father. Of course, I'm guessing a romance will probably ensue, you know, but I've heard really, really good things about this. Jamie picked this one out and it won, so it's gotta be good probably, right? I'm excited to read it. All right, 3 more books to go, guys. The next book I plan to read, I know I'm gonna read it within a couple days and devour it, is 4, A Divergent Collection. This is all the 4 short stories, and of course, you guys know how much I love Divergent, so I gotta read me some 4 because any chance for more 4 in my life, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it. Next book I plan to read is Just Like the Movies by Kelly Fiore. I sent this to review by Bloomsbury, and this is all about 2 girls who decide that, hey, why can't life be just like the romance movies, you know? They're gonna try to make things just like the movies, like how romantic movies are and how the situations and stuff like that happen. So it sounds like a really cutesy love story, which I've been all about this summer lately. I've been on a real big contemporary kick. Like contemporary and Harry Potter has been this summer for me completely. And I ain't hating it. The last book I plan to read is Say What You Will by Cammie McGovern. Sorry if you can't see it. This is about a girl who is disabled and I think she's crippled as well. And she meets this guy who, you know, tells it to her like it is. And I think they fall in love and stuff like that. I've heard amazing things about this book, so I can't wait to read and devour it. Anyway, those are the books I'm planning to read for this month. So sorry for the long video. I read a lot and I'm planning to read a lot, but what can you do? Give me a comment of what you read in July and what you're planning to read in August. Are you guys joining summer spells as well? Please let me know because I hope you are. Anyway, that is all from me and I will see you guys later. Bye.